Locked in Gaddy has to be back, bro. Can't fall back to the old ways. What's up, Arnis? What's up, Dragos? I'm just gonna wake up a little bit earlier, make sure I get everything done. Make sure I can start streaming, just before 9:15. If you want to be there for the daily bias and intraday bias or pre-market where we talk about the plan, you gotta join before 9:30. I'll be way more comfortable taking losses if I'm truly locked in and I lose, But I don't want it to be other things, if that makes sense. Zoltan. What's up, Befe? What's good? Hefa. Abdu. What's good, Paulo? What's good, Rubes? Water. Who lost this today? That's okay, bro. As long as you followed your model, don't worry about the loss or win. Good, Robert. Yo, so we purchased some stocks yesterday. 7% drawdown. Well, are you following good risk management, brother? We bought some stocks yesterday and we're already up a decent amount. Oh, never mind. It's not that much. Could have sworn it should be more. Maybe we should have made a bigger purchase, but I didn't go in with too much size because I thought maybe we got a better entry. But we did manage to catch some NVIDIA at a really good fill. I also got in some Palantir, which is up $1. I managed to get some AMD stock. And again, right now NVIDIA is kind of carrying. As for my futures account, the funds are still on hold. Oh, sick. They'll be available for trading June 3rd. Cool. Good morning. Good morning, Kispe. If you guys are not on the Discord, I recently made a pretty important post. Just about how we're gonna lock in and stuff. Been long, what do you think? Bro, just need 1% to get 50K funded. I believe in you, bro. Just keep following the plan, bro. Don't do anything different. You think ICT 2022 is enough? If you can master it, yeah, I think it's enough for sure. Good morning, Abum. Wasting time? Why am I wasting time, bro? Eating rice? No, I was eating a yogurt. I'm done eating now, though. Bias? We'll cover bias shortly. Give it like 5 minutes. I'll give you guys my pre-market plan. Rice in the morning is crazy, bro. What's up, Ollie? Ordered Philly steak for breakfast, W? You ordered... Adnan? I should hear UK time different. Adnan's in the UK, too. The video doing nice. Yeah, did anyone else buy yesterday? I don't like signaling stocks because I do it with cash, but the video's doing nice already. For bodybuilders, morning in the right. Yeah, that is true. What's up, Manny? What's up, Will? What's up, Gallo? 50-50 was nice. Are you taking a trade? Nope, I didn't take any trades in the PM. There was one I was looking at, but I didn't push the button because I thought it would be too sloppy in delivery because of NVIDIA's earnings. If there was no NVIDIA's earnings, I probably would have taken it. Where I don't know if it played out even. Yeah, the final macro was really nice here, but this is a very manipulated market. I think it's risky to trade. I tried taking a protraction long, just like I said, protraction long. After 2. It was this one. I wanted to take something like this. Just the risk reward was not that good. Like getting 1R. My goal is to just get 1R. It had to go a little bit too high in my favor, so I just didn't take it. Anyways, it's fine. You got it, Addy. Don't stress, brother. Bro, relax. It's fine. Good morning, CDB. Just tuned in. How's everyone doing? We're good, bro. I trade the silver bullet macro, but I still trade the F first position, which is not in macro time. What is your advice? Should I still only trade silver bullet macro? What's silver bullet macro? I feel like you're combining two things. If you trade the silver bullet, I think that's a great strategy. As long as you know what you're looking for. We'll cover bias in 3 minutes. Yeah, let me make a chat and then low of day. It's possible. I would like that idea. Let me pin that message. So this is gonna be pinned the whole live stream, right? Okay, let's talk about bias. So daily chart, still bullish. Like I said, the weekly plan, for those who came Monday, we said as long as this bullish fair value gap is respected, we're still bullish. So, and then we were looking at this bearish fair value gap right here as an objective. That was my objective for the week. And previous week's high, but that was like, previous week's high was a very easy objective. So we filled in this entire imbalance. So I have that annotated here. Could we still go higher? Yes, it's possible. This is what the weekly candle looks like so far. It's putting in what it looks like to be a breakaway gap right here. This on the daily chart could also be a breakaway gap. So what I'm thinking is potentially we expand towards February 24th high, this old daily high, and the S&P 500 could expand to its previous month high, which is March. So that would be like we have a potential drawn liquidity higher, if that makes sense. That's relatively in reach. However, there is a chance, there's no guarantee that this is going to stay open. We could come back into this bullish fair value gap that we formed here. It's possible. It's formed on both assets, and it's an imbalance, and we've definitely taken out buy side. So we could potentially pull back, take out previous day's low. So what am I going to do in this situation? I'm going to have to let intraday order flow guide me. Meaning, so if you guys were watching my last video on YouTube, I talked about this exactly. If there's no very clear daily bias, like one-sided framed only, right? Then I'll use daily bias, use weekly power of 3. But right now, that situation is not there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to look at intraday order flow and use the daily power of 3, right? So that exact recipe is my checklist, is the one I follow everything. This light is too bright, bro. That's the exact recipe for my checklist every day I use for buys. So that's what we're going to look for. We're going to let intraday order flow guide us. So intraday, going into market open, we have a pretty classic, like something like this, which if I was bearish, this is a very clean price action London high. But I'm not too convinced. So again, what we're going to do is very simple. We're going to let the intraday order flow guide us. We're in deep discount. So even if I was bearish, I'm not looking to short here anyways. I would want to see price come back into premium. So we're not going to be looking shorts going into market open. We're going to stay relatively neutral. What I prefer to see is longs from discount. Right? That's what would be ideal. Let's zoom out. Maybe there's a nicer. Is there an hourly? Is there a 4 hour? Yeah, like it's a simple 4 hour fair value gap to the higher there, you know? And I want to see us stay inside that daily SIBI because I want to see that be an inversion. The only thing is we do have a very clean move. I'm measuring discount from the dealing range. If you really want to be like from previous day's low to the current daily high, like this. What I would do though is just this dealing range. Your most recent sweep of buy side and your most recent sweep of sell side, it's like this. So discount and premium. A couple things to look for as well. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to look for shorts going into market open. I'm going to wait and see if the order flow can print bullish, convince me of longs. It is fighting against this, but again, this could be just a Judas swing to seek discount, and then we get that volatility higher. I'm expecting expansion today. I have a nice accumulation pre-market. So, yeah, we have equal highs right here. Nice equal highs. And besides that, yeah, I mean, we're in deep discount. We're below 9:30, 8:30, midnight open. So we're going to just wait and see. If we get signatures of a reversal here, then we know where we're going. Right? The daily candle is going to flip. We know where we're going. And we'll just leave it at that. So very simple. That's the plan for today. That is the plan for today. I didn't mean to wave at you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna let the intraday order flow guide me, but I'm not looking for shorts going into this market open. That's for sure. Like, I'm leaning towards longs, but I'm not bullish yet. I can't be. There's not really anything bullish right now intraday. There's nothing telling me that it's going to go higher. It's just I have an idea on the daily chart that this stays open and we take out February 24 high. I need to see signatures that it's going to stay open. I mean, we don't take out this low, you know? I need to see those signatures. Why not shorts? Because one, we're in deep discount. Two, we could easily reverse from here, and that would align with my higher time frame idea. So right now, all we have is an idea. We're going to look for intraday order flow to guide us. If we start seeing very clear signatures, that's it. It's long or no trade for me today, prob. Yeah, exactly. Because we don't even know how low it's going to go. The lowest, like the most you could really aim for is maybe here. That's it, really. Because as long as we're inside this 4 hour, I don't think we're going to inverse this 4 hour. You know, I really don't. It's been a bullish market primarily. It looks like the weekly is going to be a breakaway. I think the daily should also be a breakaway. And yeah, I don't think we take previous day's low. I think this could be viewed as a Judas swing, and we just look for longs. If I'm wrong, that's fine. You know, the model is going to protect us. So we're just going to wait for intraday order flow to guide us. Anyways, boys, 30 seconds till market open. If you saw my most recent post, I'm going to be more strict with myself, making sure I'm not keeping the chat open post 9:30. So if you have any questions, just ask me in the Discord, which is free. We do giveaways in the Discord all the time, so you can join for that too. But it's time for me to minimize the chat, focus on my trading, and yes, this way I don't even have to think about stuff like, oh, is someone copying this, or I just be doing what I gotta do, you know. Let's open up the accounts. Still gonna be risking 0.5. Nothing new about that. Okay. Regular trading hours, huge opening range gap. close, open, mark out the quarters. This is your opening range gap. I think let's go with like, I think a light orange is good. The light orange is, yeah, I mean, it's kind of really light, but it's good. All right, so obviously we're looking at this sell side, pre-market. Anyone who went long early, their stops would be below this level. Would be a good level to potentially reverse from. Or again, any trailed stops, if you're viewing this as accumulation, right? So potentially we could get a classic model long here. This is not, so we opened above, yeah, that's not first presentation. We're below 930, we're below 830, we're below midnight opening price. We have equal highs. We're kind of really range bound right now. We also have orange folder at 10 a.m. So worst case, we can look for the silver bullet to align with the power of 3. So we can always look for something like that. Looks like we're going to go straight for that sell side. And that's okay. We have 25% opening range gap. I think this is a little too, yeah, that's better. So sell side get tagged there. We have an SMT as of right now. Looks like stocks are slowly declining on the open as well. I mean, it could be like the idea of, I don't know, profit taking after NVIDIA's pump, because NVIDIA did pump quite a bit. Very strong move here at 930. Very strong move. Now this again could be a Judas swing. This could be very well just be a Judas swing, meaning like a fake price run. I'm gonna mark out this 30-minute bullish fair value gap. Is there an hourly down there? Yeah, that's a little bit cleaner. So let's mark out this. So just the hourly bullish and discount below the sell side level. We should probably respect this if we're bullish today. That's the key. Remember, we're still neutral. I'm not 100% sure. Well, you're never 100%, but the reason we should respect this one is because if we get through this one, then we're probably going to take previous day's low, in which case that's probably going to do the majority of the damage. Like I said, not looking to short low of day. That's something I never look to do. If we're at low of day, not looking to short. If we get a strong inversion here, I could even go long. I'd probably be a little bit patient in the entry, but it would be just a nice classic model. This is your first presentation. It's quite large. Yes. So we have an hourly fair value gap, open range gap 25%. We've taken out sell side. We're starting to see potential things that could give me signatures of a reversal. If we did take the long, it would be something like this. First target's at 1.25. And there's not that many clear targets. Maybe midnight open. There's no telling that this is going to be a full reversal as well. Right. We could just go higher and it'd be a retracement. So I'm watching this candle now. I want to see if we get an inversion, or if it's showing me signatures that it's going to inverse. For example, sometimes what you see, it'll like go up to 50%, come down, close above 50%. Even if it doesn't inverse, we can still kind of trust that. I don't need to see a CISD right now because we're in classic model conditions. Accumulation pre-market, manipulated below. If we get anything back above this sell side, I can use that as a PD rate to get in long, expecting that this low wouldn't be taken. At least not before the highs. Now, obviously by then we get the CISD and it'll be the same idea. So we'll see here. We should see speed. It shouldn't be a slow move higher. If it's a true classic model, the idea is very simple. There's sell stops below this level. There's people selling at this level on a breakout. So price shouldn't come lower now. If price makes a lower low here, classic model is dead. The reason price shouldn't make a lower low, or sure, maybe it makes a lower low and then just immediately, it's because it doesn't want to give these people the chance. So if these people just got in short, right? Anyone on a sell stop there? At least that's how ICT teaches it. Anyone on a sell stop here below the low, right? They're in profit right now, right? So trying to think against that mindset. 25% open range gap. If we can stay above that, get the inversion, that's a good sign. Already this is taking kind of a little bit too long though for me to start trusting. Let's look at the YM. Same situation. Nvidia is making a higher high. Interesting. Very interesting. First presentation on Nvidia. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. We're in an easy spot. Like this, the reason this is easy to trade is because we know we're not gonna go short, right? So I just wait for it to show me it's gonna be bullish, or it's no trade, right? Or we just have to wait more time. It looks like we are gonna make a lower low. There will be an SMT there though, so it doesn't truly kill the idea. Nvidia is making higher highs. The reason that's significant is because Palantir is down. Did they release something? Damn, it's really down. They really sent that thing lower. Could buy some more. So we're accumulating below the sell side here. We are going to get an SMT. This SMT should hold if we're bullish, just because the same idea as before. This would be a CISD here if we got it. If we got in long like this, really shouldn't see a lower low. If we make a lower low now, it kind of just kills the idea of the classic model. We probably have to wait for like 10 a.m. see if we get a reversal or something. Like I'm thinking maybe something like this, but this candle would have to start flipping, like printing higher. So it's obviously reaching for something, right? It could be going for previous day's low. We're already fully filled that 4 hour. So this is not looking bullish at all, if I'm going to be honest. Like this doesn't look bullish at all. We shouldn't be going this far down if we're bullish. It's just way too far down, you know? So unless we really start seeing a wick here, going into 10 a.m. hour, because if we get below 50% of this 4 hour, we're probably just not bullish. You know, we shouldn't be going that low. So either we start seeing this start to turn around very shortly, or it's just not bullish. He's still there. I don't want to say distortion for the macro. It's definitely not a classic model. So I definitely have to wait for a CISD or a breaker now. Just kind of understanding like why my model forms. You know, it should be speed. There's no speed. So there's no classic model here anymore. But could be a reversal. If we get a breaker here, low, high, lower low, potentially the higher high. The dollar is The dollar is also kind of going lower. I mean, right now it's going higher above 930, but the dollar has been bearish, so usually now that will be the opposite. This looks kind of manipulated, if I'm being honest. Damn, that wick is really... If we get a wick like that, that's quite significant. Because then we might come back for the weekly SIBI on the next, on like tomorrow. First up close candle. The SMT still in place. I'd have to see the CISD here, right? That's what we're looking for. If we get the CISD and it's strong, not what it's doing right now. Yeah. I don't think this is bullish. This is maybe difficult to trade. On a side note, I'm gonna join a basketball league again. Should be fun. The thing is, there's no level here that we're like, okay, maybe this order block, maybe this breaker, sure, but this is a Judah swing. It's one strong ass Judah swing. Let's just say that, right? Usually it turns around by now. Maybe the macro, maybe 10 a.m. This is your first macro time. ES made a lower low. SMT with YM. I still kind of think it could reverse, but I mean, let's not force anything. Really heavy bearish. First signs of bullish order flow could be an inversion here. I would never take this as an entry. That'd be breaking rules, but I'm just saying first signs, potential bullish order flow. It's the first fair value gap we put in a while as well. We'll have the SMT with YM there, 933. Pretty uneventful, man, if I'm being honest. Pretty uneventful. I think we're -1 deviations of Asia. Yeah, we're like -1.5. -1.25 at least. So pretty deep discount here. Pretty deep discount. So either we're like really bearish or we are just gonna get a reversal. YM looks like it's gonna make a lower low. And just no signs of bullish order flow. And this is why I said like we're gonna let the intraday order flow guide us, right? Which I guess you should probably always do. You can't just use the higher time frame. Good news is if the stock market goes down, we can look to scale in more positions. But just staying patient. Getting closer to previous day low. Where's previous day's low? All the way down here. So it's only 150 points. We are so deep into discount. We're at -1.5 standard deviations of Asia. 50% opening range gap. We're inside that order block. Actually, not yet, but almost. Yeah, we really shouldn't go much. I don't know if this is gonna reverse, to be honest. We're just gonna have to wait and see now. There's not much more we can do. You don't want to just try to long this when it's literally showing you that it's like insanely bearish, right? Just printing lower and lower and lower. I wouldn't take any reversal model, but I would take a protraction. Every single fair value gap respected, every single order block respected. Damn, this is, I mean, this is boring, if anything. If that's what we're gonna call it. This is just quite boring. Look at the daily candle. I mean, previous day's lows starting to look not so insane. Previous day's lows starting to look not so insane. The previous day's low down here. We're forming a 15-minute fair value gap. I mean, that we got the inversion level here. This is probably just bearish. We may just have to flip here. But now the thing about flipping is it means we have to demand previous day's low. So I think we just sit on our hands for now and wait. Just wait. Keep it nice and simple. I don't like this color. I think blue's better. If I'm not mistaken, this previous Asia session low. Oh no, just previous new day opening gap. This is going, man. This is really going. We might just go straight to previous day's low. Stocks are sinking. I mean, I knew it was going to be large range today. I just didn't expect the most one-sided movement. Are we at -2 Asia? Almost. So we just gotta be patient. What you don't want to do, I'm not giving anyone advice, but what you don't want to do is just try to get long on the first expansion higher. You have to, sometimes you just have to use a little bit of common sense. Right? We opened and down to 170, almost 200 points. That's sort of a red flag for any long, right? You don't want to abandon your bias, but you also don't want to marry it. So I'm personally not going to take any reversal model of that form, but if we do get something like that, like I'll take this, like I'll take the protraction, because at least then I can scale out at the high. But I'm not going to take any reversal. Like, is this even the CISD? Not really. Which liquidity pool are we in? This 15? That's like probably inversed. This 30 in really deep discount. You think we came all the way down here for the 30-minute order block? Maybe. So, I mean, let's just see. This is a CISD, but like I said, I'm not taking a long on any CISD. Our first bullish fair value gap. We're putting in a 15-minute bearish. We're inside a 5-minute bearish. I'll take a protraction long, like I said, but I won't take any. I won't take any reversal models. We're at -2 standard deviations of the midnight open manipulation leg. It's quite extreme. Quite an extreme move. Again, I could go long if I wanted to. It doesn't break any rules, but I'm just using a little bit of common sense here. We can see where's 2R. So if we get a protraction model long, I can trust that. I can trust that a lot more than I can trust this. Meaning, it's like really just signs of bullish order flow. Like, let's say we come down here and then get a candle like this. We'd have the inversion here. We'd have the respect of this. We have an intermediate turn low in that fair value gap. It's a lot better probabilities. A lot better of a probability than just taking this 1-minute CISD. On the 1 minute, sure, it's a CISD. On the 5-minute, it's not much. On the 15-minute, it's just a little bit of a wick. Look at the OTE here. Just for one reason alone is I want to project that OTE. See what it reaches to. I'm going to use the body here, actually. We did get the OTE of the body, and then we have 0.27 right there. I mean, I don't really use OTE, but inside that macro, could be a breaker if we got above it. Right now it's a bearish order block. Inversion here. Not getting any FOMO or anything. I know exactly what I'm waiting for. Closing above 50% of that order block to sign that we might get a breaker. You just have to also remember this really could be a retracement. Although now it's tough. We'll just have to wait and see if we get a protraction. It's probably the best thing we can look for. For example, 2-minute bearish, 2-minute bullish here. If we close above here, we can take that long. That'll be not bad. Then we can just look for a little calm -1 standard deviations, maybe 1R, 2R. Anyone who went long probably not feeling so good right now. Still could play out, but you're probably not feeling too good. And I know that because I used to take longs like these. Inside that bullish fair value gap. I used to take longs like these. I know what it feels. I know what it feels like. You take the long, start feeling good. You see this, starting to feel not so good. It still could play out. We're inside that order block. As long as we don't inverse this. In fact, it actually could be quite nice if we get an inversion here. If we get an inversion right here, then that's quite good. It closed below 50% there, but so if we get an inversion right here, that's a buy signal for me. We'd have to respect the fair value gap though. Nah, see, if we inverse the 2-minute, then it's not really the same. Yeah, not really trusting it. We'll see. We re-inverse this. This looks bearish. I'm gonna be honest, this looks quite bearish. If anything, this is a short right now. This is a short from the 5-minute that we traded into, 2-minute inversion. Like this is, I'm not saying I'm gonna short this. I'm saying this is my model forming shorts. Let's tape read it. You can just tape read this trade. So what do you guys think about the new orange TP? I think I like it. It's like different and it's nice and like light. This is a tape read trade. I didn't take this trade. I like tape reading trades because I like journaling the trades that I don't take, and then I can study whether or not, like, you know, this is a protraction model short. I want to see if it plays out because I can still journal it and say, okay, this protraction model short formed. I didn't take it because of how deep in discount we were, but it's still a good study because maybe I start studying stuff like this and I see that, you know what, it's still more consistent enough to, you know, like continuously take. 10 a.m. right here. Let's just put this at 1R just to be. Looks like the Protraction might play, but we don't know. Again, this is just a tape read trade. 10 a.m. right here. New candle open. We can start exploring opportunity on that new range expansion that's likely to form. And this is a tape read trade. You know what? I'm just going to put it down. Keep repeating myself because I know there's people copy trading. I don't really see any criteria for me to get in long here. We'd have to break above here for me to even consider it. Meaning we reinverse this fair value gap. The reason the tape read is important is because if it loses, it's also very important. Because it means I made a good decision to not take this trade. And that's something I want to put in my journal. So I say, my model formed here, but I told myself, like, ideally this doesn't play out, right? That would be like me doing something correct. I'm not tape reading because I want to say, oh, this is going to play out and I would have taken it. That's not the idea of reading the tape. The idea of reading the tape is I want to be able to journal the fact that this is a trade I shouldn't take, right? And I want to build that repetition and consistency. That's the importance of journaling the tape read, right? Instead of just going back in time and saying, "Oh, I would have taken this." That doesn't help anybody, right? You don't know if you would actually take it. So I want to build a journal, and I include this in my regular journal. I don't have a separate journal for tape reads. I've organized my journal in a way where I can easily just journal the tape read trades. And I want to build a repertoire of the trades that I missed. If I miss a trade, I'll also journal it. The trades that I missed, the trades that I tape read but chose not to take, and also obviously the trades I take. So bearish order block here. This could be another protraction model. So we can tape read this one as well. We have an S&T at the lows though. Is there like any arrow emojis so I can just, because I don't like, I mean, I guess the P&L tool is fine. It's kind of like tough to visually see, but macro is pretty much over. So I just want to see, like, this would be two trades I could take that are 1R, they add up to 2. And we'll see if it delivers, you know, both. Now you could also look at the standard deviations here. And there you go. So see, this is, I want to see if it gets to -1. So see, this could be an example where we could have tape read two 1R protraction models. One of which pretty close to getting to -1. We'll see if it does. This one doesn't have a clean standard deviation. It would be way too far down. I wouldn't expect it to go that far. So I'm watching, before I journal the tape, before I screenshot the tape read, I want to see. There it is, -1. So see, so technically this is a protraction model that fully played out. So I'm going to journal this. Before I journal this, put a line right here. Because I want to journal the full protraction, so let me just. Yeah, and that's fine, right? Like, I wasn't going to short this deep of a discount. That's like super red flag, no way. So, M5 Sibi. And this is going in the journal, right? Tape read. We don't even. I mean, you can do 50% org is there as well. So we trade into the 5-minute bearish fair value gap, right? We get a 2-minute inversion out of it. You know what? Let's make it more simple. Let's just go it off the order block. So we get a sort of CISD from it. This is exactly how I journal my tape reads. And in fact, we may even get -1 on the other one. So we'll study that. In this case, it would have been like a full, that's like a full protraction model that forms. It should be like this. So I'm just going to wait and see. Let's put this at -1 and put this at -1. Because -1 is what like truly constitutes a protraction model. And there it is. So see, this is how I would journal this, right? I'm not gonna journal it as a mistrade. It's not a mistrade. This is not a trade I would ever take. I'd never short low of day. That is not something I ever do. But I will take the screenshot. Say this is a tape read, and I can view this protraction model. And I see 9:30 open here. That's the most important part. So I would just view this tape read. What day is it? May 29, 2025. And the most important part of labeling it as a tape read, that's the most important part. It's that it's not hindsight, right? I knew this was my model forming. I said it right here. Actually, this is short if I was bearish. And I'm not going to take it, but I could without breaking rules. But I'm not going to because it's not like a hard rule. I just don't short low of day. I don't have a drawn liquidity lower. So I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if it's going to reach this level or not. Well, now it looks like it might. But over here, I didn't know. So obviously, it makes sense that I'm not going to take this short if I don't have a drawn liquidity. That's rule 2. So, but if there's something I'm missing, right, it's important to journal it on the premise that you're able to call it out beforehand, right? If it's just a hindsight, it's not a tape read, right? I can't go after and be like, oh, my model formed here. I could have taken it and it would have given me this. That's not helping anybody, right? That's not helping anybody. Because that's just hesitation at that point. There has to be a clear distinguish between like hesitating and saying, I see this, but I don't like the probability. I'm not going to take it. And that's the decision I made. And obviously this point it played out. So I'll still journal that. Do I see myself taking a trade? Honestly, I don't know. I don't really see myself taking a trade. Previous day's low is probably going to get taken. In my pre-market analysis, I'll show you guys. If order flow remains bearish, previous day's low is likely. London high is safe. This was the last thing I said in my daily bot and my pre-market thing. I said let intraday order flow guide. This is obvious bearish order flow, but at this point in time, I'm not still too confident to previous day's low. It's just too far. Now, maybe I could have expected. I mean, it was in the realm of my pre-market plan, so I'll put that in my journal as well. I said in my pre-market plan, I said, you know, and usually I just copy paste it. Whatever my pre-market plan is, I just copy paste it into my journal. And then that way I know. So I said, yeah, I expected this could potentially happen, but it's also about probabilities. I don't want to short this deep into discount. Why? What's the main reason? Because even if this is the drawn liquidity, we could very easily just go sideways here. There's another couple of red flags about this trade as well. As soon as this trade forms, we have a 15-minute bearish right there. So right here at this point in time, this as soon as this candle opened, 15-minute bearish. So why would I take a short? I don't know if this is going to be a breakaway gap, right? It could easily come up and bump up these equal highs, which I think is actually S&T. It could have easily bumped up these equal highs and then rolled over. So there's too many red flags of taking a protraction model like this. But I tape read, you know. I don't feel like I missed anything. It's just something to study. So I think this probably terminates my trading. We'll just have to tape read the rest of the session together. And we'll see what's up. So I'm going to open chat now because I don't see myself pushing the button in this session. We're going to have to come back in the PM. You said your model was forming and it formed. Yep, just go at my first 100 points throughout the protraction. Hey, nice, bro. You took that protraction? Nice, bro. I assume price will take previous day's low. I agree. Now I think previous day low is in scopes. It could easily like start to go sideways here, but pretty much sided. What do you use for journaling? I use Notion and TradeZilla, EOY orange. You don't like the orange? I kind of like it. It needs to be something somewhat neutral. What's TikTok saying? Inversion bullish FUG now. There's no such thing as a bullish. Why sugarcoat it? You don't feel like you missed anything, but just missed a 2RR profit? I mean, no, that's not true at all. I'm still bullish, just waiting on news of reversal. 1 minute checkout market now. How can you scale if you're taking 1RR, which one loss can wipe out? It depends on your win rate, brother. Bullish from here? No. I think you're the next ICT. Thanks, bro. Honestly, me too, bro. But I'm a long ways. All that analysis for 1 hour and not even taking the trade? Yeah, it seems like you're desperate to make money, bro. You're not going to be successful if you're desperate to make money. I went long there. Yeah. I know people went long here because I used to go long here and lose. That's why I literally said, if you took this long, if you go back in the recording, I said it word for word. If you took this long, you are probably not feeling good right now. You're probably not feeling good because you're like, you're trying to literally catch the bottom of a very bearish market, which is why I said I was not going to take any reversal models before. I am broken with trading. Some advice? I don't know what's broken. Yep, previous day's low is really close now. You took the long. You'll learn from your mistakes, and that's fine, right? There's nothing wrong with taking it. It's just you gotta learn from your mistakes. It's low risk, but you can't justify taking. You can't just take every 1 minute CISD. It's not a good way to think, in my opinion, at least. I've taken so many losses like this. You also took the long. I understand why a lot of people did. This week's NQ has been good, but missed my entries. Hope next week treats me better. I took a long L, but closed and sold. Now I'm up 2%. Yeah, I don't believe you, bro. What do you think of Powell? Probably a nice guy. I don't know. I'll never talk to him. Did you get to enter trade? Nah, no trade for me. Why long when the bias is clearly short? I didn't long. Facing psychology issues. You got to figure out what the issues are and move from there. You know? Just got my first 100 point short off protraction. Nice, bro. Did you take this protraction here or this one here? Because it formed twice. Tape read was a good short, but the deep discount was a no for me. Exactly, bro, right? It's about rules. Someone was saying, oh, you're trying to sugarcoat it. But no, I had no draw lower, right? I don't just take every single protraction and then -1. I need to have a draw that I think is actually reachable. I wasn't convinced in previous day's low. And there's other red flags to that trade. Like I said, the open 15 that just formed. There's no telling that we are going to, because we opened right here like this, right? This is the situation we were in. It easily could have traded up into here first. That's how I know that people are saying like, oh yeah, you're trying to sugarcoat it, but you could have made money, or yeah. You have the completely wrong mindset, bro, and it's gonna hurt you long run. I mean, I closed with a loss, went for put. Oh, that's okay, bro. Oh, okay. No, you good, bro. Going long right now. Good luck, man. Why people sleeping on N-Dog? They're all the same PD rates. Whatever you want to use, you use it, bro. I don't think anyone's sleeping on it. It's just no one wants to mark out every single PD rate. Whichever one you want to use, you can focus on. I just focus on highs and lows and imbalances. Which new day opening gap is an imbalance, but I don't like marking out every single new day opening gap. So I'll show you guys how I journal. Fresh template. So let me make this full screen. So it looks like this. So what is this? Now I might take another trade. So Monday, May 20, what is it, May 29, 2025. Which account did I take the trade on? Well, I didn't take the trade, but it's a tape read. If it's none, it means I didn't tape read, I didn't demo, maybe I wasn't even on the charts, right? Like a no trade day. I'll still journal no trade day. Tape read. Result, win. Satisfaction, I don't know. I never thought about this part, actually. I'm trying to give myself a 0 because I didn't really do. This is Notion, but I use TradeZilla. So when I journal, listen very closely. When I journal my breakdowns, my texts, my text journal, I use Notion. When I'm journaling my actual trade, so I can get numbers like my risk to reward, my profit factor, my win rate, my trade duration, my equity curve, my realized profit, all that kind of stuff, all TradeZilla. Notion obviously is just for the text. P&L obviously 0. Trade breakdown, bearish order flow, post New York open, London high protected, M5 SIBI plus M2 IPG, protraction model, and 950 macro to -1 standard deviation, previously low, higher time frame drop. So it's just one tape read. Oh, actually there was 2 tape reads. So shortly after, because again, the protraction model formed again right here. So if you guys remember, we studied both of these protraction models because they both formed at the same time. This candle confirms the second protraction. This is a 1-minute bearish fair value gap, so same idea, except this time was 1 minute. So M1 SIBI plus M1 OB. And you know what? Let's not even go up to 2 minutes. Let's just call it the M1 CIC. Protraction model. I'm open to -1 standard deviations. I don't even put that part, but you know what? Let's just put it in, whatever. So I'll do that. New York PO3 model, obviously protraction. Midnight PO3 is also a protraction model. I'll do this after. You know what? Let me just do it now because I might get lazy. This is my daily outlook. This is important, you know. This is like the most important part of trading, right? So this is my daily outlook. So day after NVIDIA earnings, I was expecting expansion. Higher time frame, still bullish. If we see signs of bearish order flow, I expect previous day low, right? That's something I was looking for, a potential idea. Going to have to let intraday order flow guide me. So what's the importance of putting this here? The importance is very simple. Now that I go into reflection, I can say I had planned for a scenario with a very bearish order flow, with the draw being previous day low. However, did not want to short that deep into discounts without any clear levels besides previous day low, which was 150 points away. Also, we had just formed if 50 needs to be right above the protraction model, which is a red flag for me. And there you go. So in trade executions, the tape read, and then so I can see here what happened. And that's pretty much it. That's how I would journal a tape read. And I just realized I did this all in the wrong journal. So I'm gonna have to go back and do this all again after, but it's okay. I listened to your advice and I haven't traded all this week because I'm sticking to my plan. I'm not sure. I forget the advice I gave you because I give a lot of people advice, but yes, you should always stick to your plan. H4 May 2020 got tapped and rejected. Yep, I'll let you guys know when I'm longing so y'all can short and make money. Appreciate you, bro. Just let me know. Caught a tiny inversion right now to the lows. 1-1. Yeah, this is actually another protraction model. It's another protraction model. Call me crazy, but I went on showing this protraction the previous day low on eval. Nah, I don't think it's crazy. I mean, now that the draw is close, yo, bro, can you drop Notion template? If you message me on Discord, I'll send you the template. It dropped because of the annulment that Trump imposed back on April. Sure, bro, maybe. No trades. We're about to take out previous day low after taking previous day high, right? It's kind of crazy. Large range. We did the entire move. I wonder if PM session reverses. I'll definitely be trading the PM. I think lunch goes sideways and PM maybe continuation idea. You done? I'm afraid so. We can do the password game though. Does anyone here want to do the password game or not? Can you explain your people shouldn't have taken that long? Yeah, it's very simple. It's very simple. The reason I know this long is bad is because one, I used to lose longs like these all the time. I would be like just sitting here, and this is what I would do. I would keep marking out levels here, and I would just wait for a CISD. This is not how you trade, man. You can't just keep marking out levels and be like, ooh, inversion. Oh, not this one? All right, maybe this one. And you just keep marking them out, waiting for the CISD. There's something more important than those levels on the left. It's the fact that we opened and immediately dumped 200 points. That's not bullish whatsoever, right? You're gonna have to wait for more than just a 1 minute CISD. Now it's different. For example, what you have to just know what you want to see. Like the true answer to your question is you have to know what you're waiting for. Otherwise, you're gonna take trades like this, right? Does your model say take every single 1 minute CISD off of, I don't know, like discount PD raise? If so, well, then you don't have to worry about it, right? As long as you have an edge in that. My model doesn't say that, right? My model says clear drawn liquidity and expect expansion. Do I have a clear draw higher? No, not. Am I even convinced that it's going to reverse and take out these highs at this level, at this point in time? No, that's not a clear draw on liquidity. The clear draw on liquidity, there is none really. And that's why I didn't take that short. There is no clear draw. So for me, I have a way to distinguish. So what did I want to see? Very simple. Just wait for the retracement and then look for a confirmation. Don't take the reversal. Trade the continuation. So if this is the market structure right here, I would have went long here, but not on this. I would have waited for this. So if this is the long that you took, the low, the high, what I want to wait for is a protraction model. So we retrace, and then if we get an inverse, I'll take the long here. So if we got an inversion here, or the order block here, that's where I would have went long. It would have looked like this. I don't know, something like that. Or well, we'll target the buy side. But it didn't form. Just waiting 1 minute. You can get FOMO. Because a lot of people just get FOMO here. They think, oh my God, 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish candles. It's going straight to the buy side. I have to get in now, or I'm not going to catch this trade. Relax, okay? It's not going anywhere. It's going to give you another opportunity. And if it doesn't, so what? So what if the market just absolutely pumps to the top? that's not your problem. That's probably not your trade anyway, right? So clear draw in the past. Previous day's low right now. Live time, real draw. Live time. Okay, I have to fix my journal here because I put it in the wrong journal. This is NASDAQ, correct? What time do you trade PM session? I'll start at 1:30. To be honest, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Call it 2 p.m. I just trade the silver bullet. Very simple. 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. I only trade the protraction model. A draw in liquidity is just any high or low or imbalance. For example, our draw for the week was just bearish fair value gap on the daily chart. That was my weekly draw. It was no trade for me yet, so come back and ask me in the PM session. I've been trading the PM quite often recently. I probably will keep trading it because if I don't get anything in the morning. I'm really happy with my PM session model. It's really simple. Makes trading quite easy. Tape read. No, this should be two separate options. Tape reader demo. Range. I'll play the study. Satisfaction. I'm gonna give myself every time I don't take a trade, no trade day, I'll give myself a 10. It didn't work out, Biohazard. How didn't it work out, bro? Yo, you left your stop below here. You gotta go break even here, or at least partial. It's too risky to hold. If you did it like this, I'm assuming. There's no point in partialing, so you just kind of break even and hope. It's too risky, and this is exactly why I didn't take the short over here. I was too cautious about this happening. Previous day's low is a draw, but when we're this deep in discount, you can't say it's gonna go straight down to previous day's low. It's not a good setup. But what you can say is, let's say we're over here and we manipulate above and we break down. Well, it doesn't matter now because any short you take, this high is protected and we're eventually gonna get to previous day's low. So you can hold a trade. But the fact that we just dump, you gotta be very nimble in these trades. You just gotta be very nimble. When to break even? As soon as it takes this low, bro. As soon as it takes that low, to be honest. Just to be safe. If you're going to take a trade like this, you have to be really, really nimble. That's just the truth. Otherwise, this will happen. I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. You can't expect it to go straight down to previous day low. It's just a draw. It doesn't have to get there. Like, the best trades you take it doesn't have to get there, right? Because, for example, Biohazard, let me give you an example. Let's just say, for example, we knew it was going to go lower today and we shorted inside London. See this London setup? We accumulate, manipulate, whatever, get this CISD. Let's say you shorted it. I don't know. See this 15-minute inversion or whatever. Let's just say you got in here. Something like that, right? This is fine. This one, you don't need to partial and stuff because why? Because the entry is above the opening price. It's in the entry is in premium. When you're entering in discount, there's no saying when it's going to retrace against you. You don't know how far it's going to retrace against you. So the idea is when you enter here, you know it's not going to come back up. So even if it retraces against you, you know it's not going to take that high, right? But if you're taking on a protraction, and especially when it's all the way down here, it's like, okay, well, at any point we can just do this or this, like, you know, it's just a draw. It's not going to go straight there. So when your entry is that far low, you just have to accept it that, you know what, this isn't the best entry. You can't just demand like the trade to just be like, I don't know where your stop loss was, but you can't just demand a 3.5R trade this low. Like that's insane, right? It could have, but this one I did. This one did. This one's also 10 a.m. candle open as well, right? It's another thing to consider. It's 10 a.m. Po3 open high, put in the low range. I mean, if that's your rule, that's okay. I'm not saying I shouldn't say you have to, but if that's your rule, Biohazard, then you'd probably want to look to not take setups like this. You know, I can understand that on setups that are forming in premium to discount, but from here, that's kind of a very iffy decision. You may take unnecessary loss on that specific example. I can totally understand it when there's like a more, you know, I'm not gonna say a better setup, but let's be honest, better setup. But it's all up to you, bro. Whatever you find in your study, obviously you know best. We'll play password game. Just give me 1 sec. I have to just copy paste my journal into the correct category. I accidentally put it in the wrong section. I will post in PM session again. I will post when I'm starting to when I look for something. Executions. Okay, that's all sorted out now. Oh, and then the date. Monday, May 29, 2020. That's all sorted out. So this is what the journal looks like. Like this is what the entry looks like. Tape read everything, and then I'll go back and put in the picture for my daily. Do I still have that picture actually? Nope, I'll have to redo it. So that's fine. Honestly, we could maybe get a protraction here in the 1050 macro. Let me not terminate my session here. No, I wouldn't take any longs. I'm gonna minimize chat again because I told myself if I'm gonna potentially trade, I will not look at chat. So let me lock in here. I don't think session is terminus. Previous day's low is still open. 1030 power of 3 ideas could be quite good for potential protraction model. It's a bit different now because we have the aspect of time and a 15-minute fair value gap. There isn't really any entry ideas in here though. I'm looking at this 15-minute bearish. And then we also have 1050 macros in 15 minutes. It's a really nice macro to kind of see a final run. If we can, you know, consolidate now or retrace, ideally I'll take the short inside that macro. There's a lot of ifs, but if it all aligns, then I'm happy. You know, if we don't take previous day's low, if we retrace and or consolidate before the macro, and then if the macro gives us a protraction model, that's a higher probability trade, right? Than just simply shorting now, for example. Could be another tape read. So technically, again, I'm not going to tape read this one, but this technically could be another protraction model. But like I said, I want to wait for the macro. I don't want to do it now. Probably like this. Where's 10:30 candle? 10:30 open. Oh, still watching price here. So we're consolidating slightly, which is what I want to see going into the macro. Just waiting for the macro 10:50. I'm still gonna keep chat minimized because I did make a vow to myself. I made a vow that if my trading window is still open, I simply will not open the chat. It's too distracting. It affects my trading. But I know it's kind of boring. For those of you who do, I don't know who's here, but we will do the password game. We'll do the password game after. We can try it again. It's quite fun. So what I was gonna say was we got a lot of direct messages. Let me read some of those. If you guys have any questions, you can always feel free to DM me or ask me in my Discord. Always open to sharing anything with you guys. How much do you guys want the journal template? I can send you guys the journal template as well. This is a template. You can just what's it called? Like make it exactly how you want it. Obviously, your model is a little bit different than mine, so it's not gonna be the exact same. Ten more minutes for the macro. I don't oppose entering 10:45 going into like if the setup forms before the macro, that's fine as well. Usually 10:45 is my like window because then it can maybe distribute inside. That's exactly what I want to see. I want to see distortion until 10:50, 10:45. Best case scenario. Oh, 7 minutes until the macro. It's gonna be waiting. I want to see distortion here. I don't want to see. Believe equal highs there. We left an SMT here. Yeah, I don't really care whether or not we go up there or not. I just want to see it stay sideways until 1050. That'll be the only thing that can give me a probable short. I don't want to see this high get taken. I want to see this range expand, right? So very simple concepts. This is the range we're working with. This is your dealing range, actually. Yes, it is. Well, technically this is your dealing range, actually. But if we just zoom out, then this is your dealing range. So 2 minute, well, actually it would be this. But I'm looking at this range because I don't think this high will get taken because I'm expecting this CB to hold. So if this is your CB range, I'm looking at this. As long as we don't take out this high, fine. So this high is up for grabs. This CB, this order block, this CB. Now ideally we don't go past the upper quadrant here at the 15. Anything more than that, and you have to question, is it even bearish anymore? I wish there was equal lows here, but there isn't. There is equal lows right here. So we'll just wait and see. 1030 power 3. Notice 1030. I'll show you guys something very interesting. This is why I want to see consolidation. We're in regular trading hours right now. This is regular trading hours. Go to the hourly charts. See this candle? This is the candle I'm trying to trade the range expansion for. Why is it not there? Oh, ES. Forget ES. Look at NQ. This candle hasn't put in its range yet. Let's go back just a couple days. For example, let's look at yesterday. Actually, yesterday we had a no range, but yesterday was FOMC, so let's not use yesterday as an example. It's kind of an exception. This is 10:30 from Wednesday. This is 10:30 from Thursday, so 110. This is 10:30 from Monday. This is 10:30 from Thursday. This is 10. So usually it's somewhat of a decently sized candle. It's not going to look like this. So I am expecting a higher high or a lower low. That's not even including bias. So with bias, I can probably look to expect a lower low for the 10:30 candle, which means at least here, 5 minutes until the macro. If a setup forms now, it's up for grabs. I don't mind taking it. I'd have to wait for a protraction model. So since we don't have a CISD in here, we'll have to use the 15. So simple stuff. Just see if it forms or not. So again, new 15-minute candle open here. It can distort all the way to the macro. Could even distort till 11 a.m. If you have any questions, just wait until after trading. I'll stay by and answer a little bit of questions. Or you can join the free Discord. You can DM me whenever if you have questions on my trading. As long as we stay in the upper portion of this 15. I was gonna say it looks weird. And if I take a trade like this, I'll probably de-risk as well. Just go back and put in my daily outlooks charts. Today's Thursday. Completing my journal. Keep it simple on myself. If I do it while I'm live, then I'll know I'll do it every day. There, so that journal is complete. So this is what the journal looks like as of right now. Obviously, if we take a trade, I'll make a new entry. This is I do it per trade. So this is a tape read trade, so it's separate. Anyway, 1050 macro. We're taking out the high. We're gonna get another S&T. That's fine. Like I said, the high is up for grabs. Doesn't invalidate the idea for me. In fact, now it's a little bit better because we can actually play with the CISD as well, which is right here. 1050 macro, 15-minute bearish, SMT at the highs. If you get a CISD with a nice candle, doesn't dilly-dally too long, we can get a pretty nice trade idea. 1030 power 3 range expansion. Clean stuff. Very generic, basic stuff. If it forms. We don't have to make a lower low. Remember, we already expanded where we were. For me, my model meets criteria, right? And more even. So, but previous stage low there. It'll probably get taken today. All right, let's see. We got the S&T. We're inside that premium SIBI. Let's keep it on annotated on the 15. We're trading into this OB. I don't mind us wicking past here, but if we get a CISD, we can execute this. It would look something like this. I wouldn't demand that 3R. I mean, maybe I would and just risk less, but we'll see. I don't know how I feel about this color. I gotta figure something out here. Maybe that color is good. Maybe purple. Hell no. Purple for this one, maybe. I gotta figure out a color that I can just keep. It can't be red or green. Oh, I could do like gray. I could do black and gray. I'm getting lost. Which one's which? That's not bad. Make this a little bit darker. That a little bit darker. Pretty good. All right, we'll see if we get the CISD. The trade would look something like this. I like that it's 1.5 R even to right there. These are equal lows. Appreciate you, Biohazard. Now, I didn't have chat open, but I do have to open it because sometimes I click record. I saw your message. Appreciate you, bro. All right, we're officially inside the macro. We have the SMT divergence, which is a confluence, not a requirement. It's actually like this. So incorrect annotation there slightly. Again, this SIBI's up for grabs, like I said. This order block is up for grabs, like I said. We have 5 minute right there. That's up for grabs. As long as we don't take out this high. We have another SMT right here. So 2 SMTs. Probably will break. We'll see if we break it or not. It's not a requirement for me, but the main requirement is respecting this 15. We put in a swing low here, so pretty strong closure there. I'm going to focus on this annotation now. If we glance at the wow, YM is really sideways. Okay. Put the volume in balance. We're inside this order block, this breaker block right here. So if we get a CISD from there, it's great. If not, that's fine, right? Then it's no trade. We're already all journaled and everything. ES takes out the high there, so if this was the reason for us moving higher, we should roll over now. We did get the inversion there, so this might kind of kill the idea. We're still in it in the 5, so we can see if it holds or not. But probably just kills the idea. And the model protects us, right? It was just an idea. Like I said, we can trade into this, but if we don't take out this high, as long as we don't take out this high, I don't mind looking for the trade. Although, to be honest, it looks pretty dead, if I'm being real. We get the inversion here. An entry signal for me. Has to be strong. I'm not trying to. Do we put in a bullish or value gap under us? 5 minute down there, but if we get an inversion here, I'll take it. If not, then this trade is dead, and we simply just call it. I'll trade the PM session, just like yesterday. I suppose the 30-minute bearish here could offer the move for 11 a.m. I don't want to abandon the idea just yet because it is a previous stage low. I marked this. Is there any PD raise in the upper portion here? Let's wait and see. I'll wait for 11 a.m. open. You guys want the journal template? You can just message me on Discord and I'll send it to you. Waiting for 11 a.m. open here. Doo-doo-doo. 11 a.m. open very shortly. Buy hazard literally took the short. That's funny. It reversed right after he shorted. That's the difference between a BPR and a balanced price range for anyone wondering. This is your inversion fair value gap. This is your balanced price range. People always mark it incorrectly. All right, 11 a.m. open. We have the 30-minute right above us, so if we get something like this, I'll give it 10 minutes max, right? I don't trade past the last macro. Yep. I'll send you the template right now, brother. We gotta take out this high right now. So I'm kind of changing the idea I had earlier. I don't want to force it too much as well, but previous day's low is open. 1002 high looks nice. 30-minute Sibi, that's why. I'll give it 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna mark the Sibi like this because I want to see it run on the buy side. So technically, you have to include. Is there even a volume? Yeah, there is a volume imbalance in there. Technically, you do want to include that. The reason I'm not going to include it is because I want to see this specific high get taken. Right there, that high. Right, so. Because I want to see the run on the buy side, right? It looks quite clean, so we can get into there. To be your CISD. We inverse to 15. Quite aggressive move lower. Did ES take out the high? No. We did trade into the volume imbalance. Tough situation. I might just not take a reversal model, wait for a protraction. So meaning wait for a retrace and then a reinverse. Take that instead. This looks pretty classic for a sell, to be honest. Looks like it might roll over here. We traded into the 30-minute Sibi. Preferred we take this high out. In fact, this could be a protraction long to the high. I'm getting conflicting messages here. So best to just wait. The bullish fair value gap here. I see the equal highs. I think this high gets taken, but there's no telling. I'm gonna wait and see if we get the inversion. Hard to say. This would be the protraction model. We got closure below. Make this a bearish order block. We did get the 30-minute civvy. Ooh, I like the gray now. Gray looks a lot better. Like this. Inside the macro as well. The green is probably just the best color. High risk reward trade as well. Bearish for value gap. Close below it there. It's a good sign. If we get below here, that's another order block. Shouldn't really be trading back up into that. Yeah, probably kills the idea there. With the 5 minutes still there. So it's probably just nothing. You probably just probably will call my stash in there. This one actually inversed, but then it looks just re-inversed. Well, actually, no, it didn't. There is a volume imbalance in there. Well, boys, that pretty much called my session. Appreciate you guys coming through. I will be live again tomorrow. Did you trade today? And if yes, what? No, we just tape read today. Battle of the Titan streamers, short chat. I'm not sure what you're saying. What Battle of the Streamers is about my first fund today. Nice, bro. Hope it works out for you. Short, sorry, I was not reading chat. Don't reach out in the market maker. The trend flips. Please send the journal. Yep, if you guys want the journal template, just message me on Discord. I will send you the template for free. You just gotta message me. I'm not gonna like find you guys. So just message me. I'll send you guys a template. I'll see you guys live tomorrow, exact same time. I'm gonna go make some breakfast. Probably go play some basketball. Again, no trades, so it is what it is. See you guys. Peace.